This is the HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff. 94.9 HOM.
Good morning. There we go. The good morning. It is Monday, September 30th at 6:08. Another week. But the good news about being a Monday is you've got more chances to win $30K with a $30K workday payday up to $30,000. That's what $30K stands for. Just make sure you got that 94.9 HOM app. Your first code of the day comes up at 8 o'clock this morning.
I have had a weekend.
Yeah, well, you had the family here, right?
I had my Aunt Barbara was here. That's Uncle Nicky's wife. My FOMO brother Greg was here with his wife Ann. And it was it was great. It was a great, great weekend. Had the best time. Did everything. Went to Peaks. Went to Boothbay Harbor. Went to Freeport. Ate out just an exhausting. It feels like I've been gone for a month. That's how much I packed in. But it's this morning that I learned something about Aunt Barb that I had no idea. So she had a 5 a.m. flight. She needed to get to indeed. So like 5:10.
Which means show up like 3 hours before.
Well, no. She's not quite like me. But she did want to, you got to get there early.
Yeah.
Because they start boarding at like 4:25 or something. So she wanted to get there like around quarter till. That's 5. Yeah, quarter to. What day is it?
You're still using clocks with hands.
I needed
something 45.
All I knew is I needed to wake up at 3:15. That's all I knew. So I was like, okay, fine. Well, at 2 a.m. this morning, I was awoken by screaming, yelling, and screaming. And I jarred open. I'm sleeping on an air mattress and gave Barb the bedroom.
Well, yeah.
And I'm like, what? And then I'm listening, and I think it's Aunt Barbara. And I'm thinking to myself, is she okay? Like, is she calling me? I'm very confused. It's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
I'm like, I couldn't get to sleep last night because I was so afraid of oversleeping. So I'm on minimal sleep, right? So I wake up and I'm like, what the? And I listen to nothing. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just try to sleep because I got another hour. At least I can get in there. 38 minutes later, I hear, No.
Oh, is she talking in her sleep?
No, she's not talking, Jeff. She's screaming. She's screaming and she's yelling. And I get up and I go and I'm like, what in God's name is happening? And so she's asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm up. Okay, so I'm up. I'm like, I might as well just get up now because I can't sleep through all this screaming.
Is she still at home in bed screaming?
No. Oh, no. She's on a flight.
You took her to the airport. That's right.
She's in the air.
Yeah.
So when she does get up and I have to take her luggage downstairs, she's like, Lori, I'm ready. And I said, hey, Aunt Barb, I got a question for you.
Learned something about you.
And she said, oh, the screaming.
Oh.
This is what she says, right? I said, yeah, She goes, yeah, I woke myself up. I'm sorry, honey, I should have told you. Yeah, I guess I do that. I yell and I scream a lot.
Wow.
I'm like,
learn a little something new about your family every day, don't you?
I peeled that onion away to a screaming aunt. And she's like, I think I'm just resolving all my conflicts as a child. And I'm like, dude, you're 78 years old. I think you got it all cleared out this morning.
Free and clear.
You were yelling. I said, Aunt Barb, you scared the hell out of me. No, hon, I'm sorry. I should have told you. Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? You could have told me. Still wouldn't have changed anything. Freaked me out at 2 a.m. to you screaming.
Lori and Jeff, the 94.9 HOM Morning Show. Lori and Jeff, the 94.9 HOM Morning Show.
So this weekend, my girlfriend Michelle and I took a little road trip because, You gotta satisfy that beast who loves to go and do things.
Not you.
Which is not me.
You are the proverbial dragged around almost husband. Okay.
Pretty much. So we went to Weir's Beach area.
Oh, neat.
Okay. But on the way, we had to make a stop because she wanted to have a flight of beer. She loves that stuff. Completely addicted to breweries that have flights.
Was that in Gorham, New Hampshire? That was
one of them we went to, but I was on this trip. That's what I don't even remember where this one was because it was just on the way.
Yeah.
She said, "Oh, brewery, stop." I'm like, okay. And so now I'm just, because I don't drink beer, so I just sit there and watch her drink her flights. I have to say, she probably drank them a little too fast. Luckily, I was driving.
Yeah, I was going to say, she's got an Uber driver.
Yeah, exactly. But while we're there, I'm such a terrible person, but I do it with the biggest amount of love for this woman. We were sitting in this place, and it's kind of like a little rustic kind of thing. And behind us, next to, I guess, in front of an old fireplace, is like a big safe. You saw this.
I did. I almost commented, and I thought, no, I'm busy.
I did post it to Facebook. So there's a big safe, and Michelle looks at it, and I don't know if she had already had like 4 of the 5 flights, or we were at the beginning. I can't remember what the timeline was, but she asked the question, "Is that a safe?" And I pause and I say, "No, that's a refrigerator." And
just so you all know, it's obviously a safe. It has the little crank thing and a handle, and it's an old-timey safe that's in every single movie with a safe in it, okay? I mean, it is uber safety obvious safe.
My grandparents had a safe exactly identical to this.
Every grandparent had that safe.
Well, they had the Depression because they didn't want to put their money in banks, and I don't blame them. So I say that, and she just kind of gives me the look that she always gives me. And then the waitress comes over, and Michelle asked about the safe. I don't know. She was fascinated with this now. And they said, "Oh, yeah. Well, they can't even open that. They don't even know how to open it. They don't have the combination. It's decorative." Like, anything else you need to know about the safe, Michelle?
Should be a refrigerator. I thought you were going to get the waitress in on it to say, "Oh no, that's a refrigerator."
Oh, if only I had been smart enough to think of that.
Take these pranks and take them to a new level, Parsons.
I should have just leaned over and said, "Hey, there's an extra $10 in a tip if you call it a refrigerator."
And then say, "Oh no, that's special beer. You're not special enough for the beer in that refrigerator."
You're listening to the 94.9 HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff. You're listening to the 94.9 HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff. And now it's your daily distractions.
Being brought to you by the Bill Dodge Auto Group. When you shop for your next vehicle at Bill Dodge, you're investing in Maine communities. Every year, Bill Dodge Auto Group contributes over $250,000 in Maine charities and fundraisers. Big inventory that gives back. That is the Bill Dodge difference. It's Gen Z. And it's so funny that Gen Z is sleep maxing. It's a new trend, and TikTok is all about sleep maxing right now, or obsessing over the perfect night's sleep. Experts say it can easily backfire, cause anxiety, and end up actually giving you a worst night's sleep. But here are 4 things that one Gen Zer says will guarantee a good night's sleep. Tape your mouth shut. I'm not even making
Why don't you just do that all together, Gen Z?
I'm not making this up. Tape your mouth shut to force nasal breathing, and then you better get your breathe right strip so you can do the nasal breathing. Then take some kind of magnesium thingy-majiggy and wear blue light blocking glasses for about an hour before you go to bed.
Or just like me, put your head on the pillow.
Now, on the opposite end of the Gen Zers, there is a viral video going around, and this is exactly how you should kickstart your week. There's an art teacher in Louisville, Kentucky. She's going viral for a motivational speech she gave to her kids.
It don't gotta be perfect. It just gotta be done. Let's not be hard hard on ourselves along the way.
Let's not be hard on ourselves along the way.
Be gentle.
Be gentle.
Because life's hard enough. After all, this is just a pain. There's greater things in life. To be stressed out about. Painting. It's not one of them, baby.
It's an art class and they're doing a painting, and I think that is so, so sweet and so true. So Prince's house from the movie Purple Rain is being offered as an Airbnb for 25 one-night stays. The house has been transformed basically into a shrine to both the movie and Prince. And his former bandmates, Wendy and Lisa, helped set it up.
I just remember the line, that ain't Lake Minnetonka.
3 big deaths to report. Over the weekend, Dame Maggie Smith, John Ashton from Beverly Hills Cop. He was Detective John Taggart. He was just in the new one, too.
Yep.
In the new Beverly Hills Cop 4 or whatever.
Which actually wasn't that bad.
Okay. And
we can agree to disagree.
We agreed to disagree, indeed. And Chris Christopherson all passed away this weekend. The season premiere of Saturday Night Live opened with a political sketch featuring Maya Rudolph, Andy Samberg, Jim Gaffigan, and Dana Carvey. And James Austin Johnson played Donald Trump, and he was the only current cast member in the opening skit because all those other people are not on Saturday Night Live. Kate Winslet revealed that the famous door scene from Titanic, where we all think that she could have scooted over.
Mm-hmm. No, we're still debating that.
No, we're not. It was filmed in a waist-high water tank. So Leonardo DiCaprio was actually on his knees.
Oh, he's on his knees.
He was on his knees. Yeah, if he was waist high, it would have been a little hard to pull off.
Just chalk it up to dummy here.
Oh, wait for this one. Barry Williams, said Greg Brady, says that the Brady Bunch kids did hook up in real life, but not necessarily during the show. And they paired off exactly how you think they should. Greg and Marcia, Peter and Jan, and Bobby and Sydney. Which is all sorts of wrong. Thank you very much. I've ruined your day, I'm sure. Nobody even remembers Cocaine Bear at this point, but the parodies are still coming. There is a new movie called Crackoon. That's right. It's a raccoon on crack. Look for that soon.
Lori and Jeff.
Number one, open your eyes, just look around and you'll discover.
The 94.9 HOM Morning Show. Lori and Jeff. The 94.9 HOM Morning Show.
And now we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
It's DIY theater time, where we act out a scene from a movie. And if you know the movie, call us up, 800-228-1949. And if you guess correctly, we will set you up with a pair of tickets to Smitty's Cinema with 4 locations in Sanford, Wyndham, Topsom, and Tilton, New Hampshire. Going to assume you haven't seen this one either.
Nope.
Yeah, all right. All right. It does require some acting there, Parsons.
I know I can't do that.
Quiet on the set. Quiet on the set.
I am quiet.
And action. Now, you and me, we've worked together a long time.
Please don't, Leno. It's hardly been like work.
And you know...
And I love that about you.
Let me finish. I've lived my whole life for my sons, raising them and protecting them.
You're the best. Am I right or am I wrong? He's the best.
It's all been to prepare them.
Sorry.
It's all right. For the day they run the reef. Well, today is that day. And scene.
That's not an easy one.
Would have been easier if you'd watched the scene.
No, it has nothing to do with it. I'm reading left to right, and I think I can pretty much see where it says interrupt.
Anywho, 800-228-1949. Good luck with this.
Hi, HOM. What's that movie?
Is it a fishtail?
You know what?
A shark tail?
Yes. It is Shark Tales. Congratulations. Anything, if you got even remotely close after that acting, yeah, we're going to give it to you.
Jeff's acting.
Congratulations. You got yourself a pair of passes to Smitty's Cinema.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hang on.
The 94.9 HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff. You're listening to Lori and Jeff on the 94.9 HOM Morning Show. The A-Best Window ticket window is now open.
That ticket window from A-Best Window opened up to give you a 4-pack of tickets to the Sandwich Fair in Sandwich, New Hampshire. It happens every year since 1910 over, they call it Columbus Day weekend. I don't want the letters. So Indigenous Peoples Day weekend. It's been a tradition forever. And we've got a 4-pack of tickets for you. We've got June on the line who's trying to win these. Good morning, June.
Good morning.
Okay, June, it's an easy contest. I'm going to name a sandwich. I'm going to tell you the name of a sandwich. You have to tell me, is that a real sandwich or did we make it up?
Okay.
All right, June. BLT. BLT. Is that real or made up?
That's real. That's my favorite.
Okay, one of my favorites too, June. That is real. Okay.
Yeah, you bet.
You only need to get 2 out of 3 right. So if you get this next one right, you win. Is this a real? Is this a real or made up sandwich? BFD. BFD.
Made up.
That is correct.
Yeah, it is. It's got a different meaning.
I wouldn't order it.
I don't think anybody would.
I love to eat, but no thank you.
You know, this sandwich, this really isn't that big a deal.
No.
Oh, my God, June, I love you. You are too funny. Happy Monday. You've got yourself a 4-pack of tickets to go to the Sandwich Fair. You hang on. We'll get you all set up. You're welcome.
The A-Best Window ticket window is closed. Till next time, Lori and Jeff. The 94.9 HOM Morning Show. You're listening to Lori and Jeff on the 94.9 HOM Morning Show. And it's time for today's Don't Judge.
What struggle meal will you always eat, no matter how successful you are? And a struggle meal, if in case you don't know,
You're struggling.
and you're eating. And it's the meal you can afford and you go back on and you love it. So you keep eating it. Like Laura will always eat specifically, I got it, next day leftover mac and cheese. Travis likes the Dollar Square frozen Tostitos pizza that you could only find in value stores. Always my go-to. Let's see here. Oh, I do enjoy this. April says, I'd rather have spaghetti. My husband would rather have cereal. We are never on the same page for meals.
Spaghetti is the cheapest thing out there, I think. With as much as you get for it.
Ramen noodles, or as Becky calls it, sodium soup.
Well, just don't put the packet in. You're good to go.
All right, what is that struggle meal that you'll always fall to, no matter how successful you are? Let us know on the 94.9 HOM Facebook page, on our app, or call up 800-228-1949. Don't judge.
Wake up. Lori and Jeff on the 94.9 HOM Morning Show.
It's the best.
You're listening to Lori and Jeff on the 94.9 HOM Morning Show.
And on the line with us this morning is New Center, Maine's Lee Goldberg. Good morning, Lee.
Well, good morning, beautiful creatures. How are you?
I'm slightly exhausted. I'll tell you why. I had family visit over the weekend. My Aunt Barb, Uncle Nicky's wife, came up from Georgia, and my brother and his wife came up from Connecticut. And we just did a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, we were all over the place. We went to Peaks, we went to Freeport, we went to Boothbay Harbor. I mean, we ate so much lobster. We had a great time. Aunt Barb had a 5 a.m. flight this morning, and I was her Uber. And so, no biggie. I just get to work a little earlier than normal. Whatever. So here's where the story has an interesting twist to it. At 2 a.m. this morning, I woke up, jolted out of bed because Aunt Barb is screaming.
Oh.
And I think to myself,
there's a plot twist because I'm sitting here falling asleep at your freaking story. I was hoping it gets better.
Sorry to bore you, Lee Goldberg. It does get better. So she's screaming, and the first thing I think is, oh my God, I've overslept, because I was so worried about oversleeping and not getting her to the airport on time. But I look at my watch, it's 2:00 in the morning. No. So then I'm like listening, and I don't hear anything else. So I'm like, wow, maybe maybe I dreamt it. So I go back to sleep. 38 minutes later, she screams yet again, and I yelling, screaming, no. And I'm like, oh my God. So then she stops, and there's nothing else. So I'm thinking, oh my God, this woman's asleep, and she's yelling, screaming in her sleep. So when she finally wakes up and I'm taking her bag downstairs, I say, hey, Aunt Barb, question for you. She goes, oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you about my screaming.
Oh.
Sometimes she yells and screams in her sleep.
And I'm sorry, we're out of time for you, Lee.
And this wasn't something that was mentioned before.
That is correct.
The weekend.
That's right.
But she also made it through the first couple of days of her stay here without incident.
That's correct. Not
so this
one
is just a last day incident out of the blue.
That's right. Last day.
And Aunt Barb is the one from Georgia.
Aunt Barb's from Georgia.
Well, this is actually starting to make a little bit of sense.
Yeah, no kidding.
Do you see what happens down in Georgia?
Yeah, working out some trauma, obviously, through her sleep.
I think I found the cause.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if Karen, your lovely wife, talks in her sleep or perhaps screams.
So here's the beautiful thing, as we know. My wife never, literally ever, isn't talking. So that's fun. So she doesn't really sleep either, which means she's talking all the time. So what we all pray for is one of two things. Either A, she will, in fact, go to sleep, so we can all go to sleep. Or, by the grace of God, she'll end up with laryngitis. And that is a great day.
Oh, my God.
I mean, like, some people celebrate Christmas, great, Hanukkah, whatever you want. You know, we're good with it. We celebrate laryngitis day.
It only happens once a year before.
Laryngitis, everybody gets money.
Oh, my God. That is fantastic. Okay, well, now we truly are out of time.
Well, I'm taking 10 seconds anyway. Thank you for everybody who listened last week, who's been supporting Prostate Cancer Maine and our fundraiser, which is tonight at 5:30 at Dunstan Tap and Table in Scarborough. If you haven't bought tickets, you can still come and just show up. And thank you in advance. And I love you all. Have a beautiful Monday.
And I know that the prostate is nowhere near the pee-pee.
Oh, you did some homework. Yay!
No, I just know by the reaction last time.
We all yelled at her is what it was.
I still have no idea where it is.
I'll introduce you to my urologist and you guys can talk.
Okay. Lee, have a great night tonight. Good luck. I know it'll be a smashing success. Good for
Thank
you.
you guys.
We'll check in with you next week. Bye.
Lori and Jeff, the 94.9 HOM Morning Show. 5 calls says it all with Lori and Jeff on the 94.9 HOM Morning Show.
Based on my horrific and hopefully one day hysterical experience with Aunt Barb, I want to know, do you know a sleep screamer or a sleep yeller? Not talking, yelling in your sleep or screaming in your sleep. Do you know somebody like that? Because Aunt Barb, I just learned last night at 2 a.m., she is a screamer.
Yeah, Michelle is a mumbler, not a screamer. So it doesn't, but it has woken me up a few times.
Does it wake her up? Because this did wake up Aunt Barb.
No, it does not wake her up.
It woke Aunt Barb up, and I don't know how it could not. I mean, she literally was yelling and yelling, and I couldn't tell you what she was yelling because I couldn't understand words.
Right, yep.
Just vary the volume. When she started screaming, I literally thought, oh my God, I've overslept. She's going to miss her. And she's yelling at it. No, it's 2 a.m. All right. 800-228-1949. 5 calls says it all. Do you know a sleep screamer? I don't know what else to call them. I've never experienced this before. I didn't even think it was a thing. Not talking, not sleep talking, sleep yelling. 800-228-1949. 5 calls says it all. It's just my own personal survey to see if I'm the only one that has a relative who is a sleep screamer.
No one's calling, so you might be.
It's a hell of a good point, Jeff. Do my own experiments on my own time.
Here we go.
All right, here we go.
5 calls. Do you know a sleep screamer?
Yes.
Yes? Who?
Yes.
Is it
me?
you? You're a sleep screamer?
Yes.
Often? Just curious.
It's a trauma response.
Wow, my poor aunt. All right. Well, Well, I hope hope you're okay. Well, I hope this doesn't go.
Thank you. And by the way, for your last thing, it was maggots and flies is my best meal.
Maggots and flies. Okay. All right.
I'm going to hope you're not talking actual maggots and flies.
Yeah, I hope that's like rice and...
No.
Okay. What is maggots and flies?
It's beef rice-a-roni, beef, peas, and corn.
Well, I'm never going to eat that again.
No, that does actually sound pretty good. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye.
5 calls. Do you know a sleep screamer?
I am a sleep screamer, and my son used to be.
Wow. Okay. This is amazing. And how did you find that out? Like, did you wake yourself up or did somebody tell you?
No, my boyfriend told me. And then with my son, it was both trauma. With my son, obviously, I noticed it when he was younger.
Wow. Okay. Thank you so much. I feel really bad for my aunt. She's working out some stuff in her sleep, obviously. All right. Thank you very much.
I guess so.
Yeah. Could be a clean sweep of sleep screamers out there.
Well,
Good Lord.
This seems a little ridiculous if it is. Hi, HOM, 5 calls. Do you know a sleep screamer?
Yes, it's me.
Right,
wow. It is a clean sweep. Are you also working out trauma?
Well, I didn't realize I got night terrors. I was killed in a car accident, and it broke something in my head. So.
Wait, what? What do you mean you were killed?
I was in a head-on collision, had my head out the window, broke my C1 vertebrae, and I was dead.
How are you still with us?
But
I am stubborn.
I'll take it.
Well, I'm grateful.
I was like, I got stuff to do. I can't be dead.
Yeah. Well, I am grateful that. Are you good? Well, I mean, can you? Are you?
No, fully functional. My daughter. It was funny because it was a month before she was born that I was killed.
Wow. Okay. Oh, you must love pulling out that story at Thanksgiving.
Oh, it's great.
This sounds like a
movie. Here
movie.
Because of you.
Oh, that's wicked.
But it scared. The first time I realized it, it scared the hell out of my wife because she was dead asleep, and I just started screaming at the top of my lungs. I don't even know what it was, but she just jumped her right out of a dead sleep, and she was like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" It was. I kind of laughed.
All right, I'm going to recommend therapy to everybody.
Thanks for calling.
I appreciate it. All right, clean sweep. Yeah, we're screaming in our sleep.
You're listening to the 94.9 HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff. Lori and Jeff, the 94.9 HOM Morning Show.
So this is kind of interesting. I had so many awesome experiences over the past weekend with my family that it's hard to, like, if somebody said, what was the best thing you did? Because I was also living it through the eyes of Aunt Barb, who is 78 years old and just a kick in the pants. And she's incredibly, forward. When you ask somebody, what do you want for breakfast? And they're like, whatever.
Right.
No, she's like, I want Chobani yogurt. I want the lemon kind. It's hard to find. So, and I actually love that because it makes it easier because then you're getting exactly what they want. So one of the things we did was we went to Peaks Island and we rented golf carts and we went around the island. Oh my God, you would have thought that she had won a trip to see the Queen of England. I know she's dead. But when she was alive. And she just loved that. And she said, listen, I just adored this. This is really fun. But next time, can I drive?
Wake up. Lori and Jeff on the 94.9 HOM Morning Show.
It's the best. The best.
You're listening to Lori and Jeff on the 94.9 HOM Morning Show.
Another really cool thing I did with my family was I did Lucky Catch, which is you go out on a lobster boat and the captain and the instructor have a lobster license, but it's an educational license, so they can't keep anything. and they just teach you about lobsters and stuff, and it's so friggin' awesome. But the thing that I loved, and I wanted to get Brian, because Brian has a seagull that follows him on Lucky Catch. Because Brian is the captain or the instructor of one of the, and there's a few boats that they do Lucky Catch with. And I got Brian, and I got to meet Jerry the seagull. And honest to God, I thought my bucket list done. Like,
how does he know it's Jerry? That's the question.
That's the question. We all asked him because we were followed by about 1 million seagulls.
Yeah, they're like,
because Jerry comes to his window up by the steering wheel of this lobster boat and waits for Brian to feed him goldfish. And he has
the crackers.
The actual cracker.
Like I'm feeding on a boat.
And he called me because he knows I'm obsessed with Jerry. Because there's a book being written about Jerry. Jerry has his own Instagram page. I mean, Jerry's a thing. Jerry's a big deal. And I love this whole story. So I got to meet Jerry. I took a video of me feeding Jerry goldfish, the crackers. Yep. And I'll get it up at some point so that everybody can share my enthusiasm for the seagull.
He needs to find a George.
Oh, yeah. Or if nothing else, at least a Newman.
Lori and Jeff. The 94.9 HOM Morning Show. Lori and Jeff. The 94.9 HOM Morning Show.
All right, what did we learn today, Lori Mornis?
Oh, man. We learned that today that my aunt has that screams sometimes in her sleep.
You learned it early today.
I learned it around 2 a.m. this morning, of which I never recovered from. and
it's not often I walk into the studio and Lori's already sitting here.
Not just sitting here, but like done working, like I did everything. Yeah, I'm just sitting here twiddling my thumbs, going, can't wait for Jeff to show up so I can talk to somebody. And we learned that in 5 Calls Says It All, a lot of people scream in their sleep. Yeah, it was a clean sweep of screaming sleep.
I'm glad I don't live with one.
No kidding. We also learned that people do know the difference between a real sandwich and a fake sandwich, and we'll have more
fake sandwiches or real sandwiches.
So you can win your 4-pack of tickets to the Sandwich Fair in Sandwich, New Hampshire.
How obviously clever is that?
I could have done meat or cheese. You're welcome.
The 94.9 HOM Morning Show with Lori and Jeff.